everyone. I hope you're having a good week so far. It is 8:16 p.m. on January 3rd, 2024. This is CptWoozle writing more code today as normal. Today is just Wednesday, middle of the week. Happy Hump Day. I used to really like those Hump Day commercials. When I last left you, I was implementing the trade window to display my list of trades. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I was working on this beforehand. Not logged in. Yep, there it is. Test1 at test.com and a terrible password. So there are a lot of little things that I think I need to figure out and kind of polish. But so here is my trade window. I think it's a little too big. It allows you to create a trade. Some ridiculous numbers in here. Option type, call, broker, GD Ameritrade, buy date, buy price, 200, and sell date, same day. Sell price of 220, and quantity of 5. And it looks like I have failed to get that working correctly, because it should have added the trade. It didn't. Oh dear. Oh dear, let's take a look. Let's see, let's look through all the logs. Okay. It didn't add that trade. Oh dear. All right, let's take a look. Let's do a new begin. I'll put in that weird price. 400 today. I had this working yesterday or earlier this morning, but it was like 3 in the morning and I was delirious. Buy price 200, sell price, sell date, sell price to 10, quantity of 5. Why that failed. Model not found. I've been running into little issues here and there. Select broker. Yeah, no, I've been running into little problems. And the major problem that I've been running into is that if a person logs in again, I know what happened. So that is a bug. When a person gets kicked out from the login session, so they've logged in or they've been kicked out, and we'll mess around with that in a second. What I don't do is I clear out the storage for the user, but I don't clear out the broker information. So what happened is while changing a bunch of stuff on the back end yesterday, I connected brokers to trades, and I connected a bunch of other stuff on the back end. I created what's in SQLized known as a bunch of associations. What I didn't do was I don't have it cleaning up when a person gets logged out. I don't have it cleaning up all of this stuff. So there are several things. So while I'm here, I might as well just fix them and get them out of the way. But when we log out, let's clean up everything. Clean up the other local storage info. And we should find a way to clean up the IndexedDB so that we get the new list of stocks. But yeah, let's go ahead and clean up all the other local storage pieces. So that's going to be our user profile. Yeah, we need to clean up our user profile, and we need to clean up other stuff. Because what's happening is, if, let's say, you log in as a completely different user into the exact same browser, because brokers exist and local storage already, it's not going to grab your specific list of brokers. Or if you've changed your list of brokers, it's not going to grab those if you, let's say, change them on another computer. So it won't grab your latest list of brokers because it's already sitting in local storage. So we need to clean up our user profile. We need to clean up our exchanges, and we need to clean up so user profile, exchanges, and brokers. So we'll get all of those cleaned up, and then we need to adjust. And again, the same thing goes with our stocks. I don't like to clear out the stocks because they take up a bunch of memory, but what's going to happen with the stocks is that let's say you haven't logged in months, you're going to be looking at an outdated list of stocks. So once you log out, we should go ahead and clear up that. So I have a method here. This opens the DB, write the array, read the array. Let's see, I need to change some of that. So I think, yeah. We don't want to clear. Yes, we do. We want to clear out the whole DB. On upgrade needed. This transaction. Store name. What do we do with the key? Clear. So let's see what we can come up with. Read array. We're probably going to do another async. Delete array by the key. It's going to be something similar. Const db equals the weight. This dot open db. We're going to return a new promise. Nope. New promise. Resolve. Reject. Yeah. We'll do this. Do we want read only? We want read write. We want read write. It's pretty much the same thing that you see here. Read array, write array, delete array. So grab the store, and we'll do something's my eye. Anyway, I guess we could do a const request. It's going to be equal to store dot delete. and then request. We should probably keep the naming consistent. Transaction. Well. Store.put. Well. I guess we should have actually done transaction. Yeah, no. I guess. So we do the request. Let's take a look at this. This request equals store.get. We should probably actually make these a little bit cleaner because they seem a little disjointed. So we have a transaction here, but we're doing a request. So we should probably do the same thing here. Constant request equals store.put. And then request on success. We'll do request on success. We just actually want to resolve. We're just okay to resolve. But yeah, that way we'll keep all of this the same. Then there we go. And then delete can be the same. So yeah, we'll keep everything kind of uniform. Const request, blah, 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 blah. On success, then we fail the error. Cool. We have to await anyway. So we're going to need to load in the DB manager from here. And there's no way to access these actions, so we're going to have to do it here. I don't like doing this here. I think I will try to put all of these inside of a universal function. They are inside of a class anyway. It's not like it's weird, but we should probably use yeah, let's do a couple of things. Let's create some shared constants here. And use those. Export const index db name and export const store name. Yeah, so export const index db store name. And then at least that part's to say, but I don't like putting it in here. And what I should probably have done now that I look at this is there's no reason for me to have made the class this way. I probably could have just used a static function in here that always pulls in the exact same names. There's actually no need for a class whatsoever. I've given myself more work. I mean, the class isn't bad. It's just there's no reason for it. Because I'm just not accessing them in that way. So let's go ahead and while we're here, let's clean that up. And they could just be individual functions. Export const We'll hold on a second. Yeah, we can export const. OpenDB. Exports const. Let's do this. Export const. There's no need for you. It's going to break a bunch of other stuff. Let's stop in the meantime. Control C, I say. So we'll open DB, and it's going to be index DB. We don't have a store name, but we do index DB. Let's do underscore index DB underscore store underscore name. So we'll come back over here in your indexed DB name. This dot store name, this dot store name, this dot store name. Index DB store name. Yeah. Let's find all of this dot store name. Yep. And everyone, some people feel very strongly about this. I don't want to constantly have to create this object to do a thing with it. I want to just be able to call these functions as they sit alone anyway. So const equals async key export const. Yep. So we'll make all of these export consts, and then we'll adjust how they're used so that we don't have to constantly call them this way. Create the class first and then create it. We don't need to instantiate it and then do this. Export const right array key array async. Is there anything outside of this that uses it? No. So you can just stay inside this file and you will be OpenDB, OpenDB, OpenDB. 3+ uses, cool. Now we can come back over here to our user slice, and we no longer need to declare this constant inside of here. We can just say remove stocks, and this is going to be index DB. We created the delete array, and we give a key. Wait, delete array. Actually, no, we'll just call you. Dot then. So you are going to delete the array first. Yeah. Then navigate away. Let's see what we decided to store you as, because we do all of this up. We do all of this in the action. Get stocks. We no longer need to establish ourselves as a DB manager. It's fine. We can just do a wait, read away. There it is. And then we should put you in shared constants. So exports const index DB index DB, and you should be indexed DB, indexed DB stock key is equal to stocks. So, all right, let's fix everything again. Okay. Come back up to here. Yeah. Yep. 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 Okay. And you will, of course, come from the shared constant, so now that will be universal everywhere. I'll make sure to import you. Yes. Then no need for the DB manager dot. Let's, again, test all of this to make sure this works after these changes. Keeps everything just kind of clean. Yeah, everything's kind of clean at that point. Indexdb.class.js, and you should probably be just called let's rename you, because you're no longer a class, you're just IndexDB. Refactor. Yeah. No need for you. Yeah. So when you are logged out from our helper? Yeah, when you're logged out from our helper, then how do we want to do you? Hey, let's think about that for a minute. But when we log a person out, we will remove the index arrays, so forth and so on. Let's restart up everything and see how that works. See what we broke, if anything. Let's refresh. Cool. So when we go to our dashboard, there's everything. We didn't get any errors. Or did we? Nope, we didn't get any errors. As you can see, I implemented the table. I have it so that you can select, not select. It has an indeterminate, and it does allow you to delete. No, it doesn't. It allows you to select, and I haven't implemented the delete modal just yet. But let's go ahead and log out for now. If we go to the login page, let's test one at password.com, at test.com. So we're going to force the system to navigate away. So I think the thing that what we want to test is we can let the user look like they're logged in, but if they, well, because the only thing we really care about is if the expiration token is invalid. Yeah, that's the thing that I think I mentioned that before. I have it in my notes. Is that if the expiration token, we really only want to care if the expiration token is broken. So what we want to do is we actually want to return both the refresh and the expiration token. Now, I guess someone could increase the time of the refresh token. We don't want that, do we? No. No, we don't. How do we want to do that? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But we're here. We should now have the proper Netflix. Let's do 400. Nope. Call. Let's do a buy price. Buy price. Oh, I know what happened. So when you try to refresh the token and it's invalid, I actually send back a message, and I shouldn't send back any message. That's what I should do. Let's do a buy price of 7. What do I say? 200 last time? Yeah, 200. Sell date same day. Sell price 210. Quantity of 5. Save the trade. Where is my trade? Did I just do one? Oh yeah, here it is. It's right at the top. Look at me being dumb. So yeah, no. So I have in my initial pieces here. I don't have enough. Let's implement the delete, and then finish the pagination, and then I'll start working on the performance pieces. Where are my notes? I did implement the functionality that excludes broker fees and costs. At least it should have. Hold on, that's not right. Did I futz that up? Let's see. 710 times 100 minus 815 times a -1. No, it's 105 times 4. So it looks like it's not calculating my brokers right. So let's come back over here to our back end, our trade model, new trade model, service. Find all. No, it's here in our trade. Yeah, in our trade. We want to get the total trade where we calculate, and it should have done a broker option fee. But oh, I messed up again. No, I didn't. The broker fee. Let's put a breakpoint. Let's put a debugger in here. Let's do broker fee. So we can see, because all of these have been options so far. And it should have said take the option calc and broker fee console, no, consts calculated broker fee is going to be equal to the trade quantity times 2 times broker fee. Oh, I see what I messed up. You've subtracted yourself from both, and what it should be is it should be calculated from one, because we've already done. Otherwise, it would be we would subtract it from each, or add it on. So in this particular instance, it would be, if it's already a negative number, yeah, it's always subtracted. And what you're supposed to do is take the sell price minus the buy price minus the calculated broker fee. Yeah, I don't always like that. I don't want it to be separated. Const subtotal. I get it. I guess it shouldn't matter. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Let's clean up some of our records and try that again. Well, actually, let's create a new one because it should be 420. It should be 420 minus, let's pull it up, the broker fee of 0.65 times 2 times 4. So you lose $5.20 out of 420. So it would be 420 minus 5.20. So it would be 414.65. So let's do the exact same one that we see here and make sure that our calculations are right. We don't care about the strike price. We really don't care about the expiration date at this point, or whether it's a call or a put. Those are mainly numbers that you're going to use when you're doing your calculations, and you want to see like, oh, how many calls did I make? Did I make a lot? Did I MD? There it is. I should have it sort by a particular value. There's the new one that I just put in, and I wouldn't know because it didn't put it at the very top. So I should sort by the date and time entry. Let's go ahead and do that. Give me a second. Yeah, let's sort by the created date in SQLize. So dear SQLize. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. This is massive. So let's take a look. There it is. Find all, and so we'll modify our trade service. So this fixes our option calculation. Let's go ahead and fix our find all. Let's go in the include, or is in the order by offset, order by, yeah, so order it the way you want to, create it at, I need to add sorting to my table. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sorting is going to be a pain in the butt. Let's do one thing at a time. So let's refresh you. And it looks like I messed up. It doesn't allow unknown column and trade dot in order clause. What? That's not right, apparently. Oh, I see. It's a nested array. I don't know what's going on there. So it should be order bracket bracket. Oh. Order bracket, bracket. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that's the correct answer. Yep, there he goes. And so now they're in the order that I want. I need to put in functionality. Wait, no, I want them ordering descending. And what I should probably do is I should include the date. So people can see when the trades were entered. And what day they happened on, because I don't include that. And so, yeah, let's finish creating our table. There's 10 out of 10. And let's add in one more so it makes it 11. Yeah, let's add one more. Yeah, one more so that we can see what's going on. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta fix that. All right. So we have 11 rows of data, and we're not seeing it all. And what do we want to tackle first? Let's go ahead and put in our buy date and our sell dates. So let's close all the tabs. Come over here to our front end. And let's see, components, pages, dashboard, sections, trade log. So let's put in a created, and it's going to be just the created at. And I'm pulling these from, I don't have Insomnia running. I ran a bunch of queries yesterday, so this is what it would look like. The trades, the total, but we have the journal. Yeah, we have the created at. And start buy price. Let's put in the sell date and the buy date as well. And I'm going to play around with the translation, with the format. Sell date, buy date. Sell date, buy date. Oops. I want to reverse that. Buy date and sell date. And so you should be buy date, sell date. Let's refresh. Yeah, then we get these long ass numbers. And we might want to create the time, but let's look and sequelize how we can let's transform the date. Dot find all function sequelized. Yeah, I like this. So we'll do this. And let's come back over here to our trade service on the back end and clean that up. Now for me, I'm only asking for the dates. I don't need the times per se. Trade service. Case include literal. Oh, that's a little old. created at up, return, exports, define item. I guess it looks like you can define it as a getter when you do it, but it looks like you can also just do it when you get it out. Or looks like a bunch of different ways. So you could either do it as a before hook created at, or when you query it. So define posts. Order, include. Yeah, let's take a look around. Looks like when you define it, you could include moment. But I don't want to store them, and I'm not curious about the storing. It's when we get the query back. Find by PK, payment date. Let's see, there's a SQLized function. There it is. So find all attributes. Did we do an include? We did. So we would do an attributes on, wait, what? Oh, go away. Find all, then attributes. Find all, include, find all attributes. Let's import format date. Yeah, this is the one I want. And include ID, include equalize function. Yeah, yep, here we go. So I think this is it. We want to grab you, date format, created at, and I only want the day, month, year. I don't need the hour. And created at. Let's see how that looks. It failed. Oh, it's ambiguous. I guess it should be. Let's take a look at our database. Trades? Yeah. Column. Trades? Dot created it? Let's see if that works. Let's see. What would you be? Would you be trade? Dot created at? I guess I'm gonna have to figure this out. Yep. Or one. I don't like this date format. I prefer month, day, year. But I think most people do. So there's the buy date and the sell date. We should probably do the others as well. So trade dot buy date. Buy date. And trade dot sell date as sell date. And then on the front end, now they look, we sold and bought on the same day. I don't really care about when it expires, profit loss created. So I don't really care about that. I don't really care about that. So it's sorted the way that I want it to be sorted. Okay, cool. So we have all of that. Let's go ahead and fix part of the pagination. So let's come back up here to our trade log up here. And for that, what we want to do is for our paginated table component, we get our paginated table, our total row page. There it is, data.length. So it will only ever see that. So we need to come up here and tell it that there's more than one page. We'll say total rows. We just keep expanding this. Like it's getting, and it's going to get even worse. Total rows, prop types number. It's going to get even worse because we need to compensate for when we do our sorting. So from our paginated table on the trade log page, let's see where you're used. Oh, I need to actually get the total rows from the database. Trades. Store. Trades. Reducer. Wait. No. Where are you? Trade slice. The only one that's closed. Huh. Wait, total pages. Total pages. Oh, with your paginated table, let's take a look. Rows per page. Rows per page options. Okay, so we only need to pass in the count. Okay. We get the total items. Oh, we do have the total pages. So I don't know if we'll ever use it, but we have it. So let's come over here and grab total items. So we'll call it total trades. This is going to be this. Now we also have to incorporate a search that I haven't quite figured out how I want it handled just yet, so that people can kind of search for whatever it is that they want to search for. Total rows. Excuse me. And then pagination. There we go. So now let's see if you're doing any better. And if we do next. No, you fail. Why are you failing? So let's see what happened here. When they did next, it should have done a set page. Oh, I see. I see. I see. All right. So I thought I had fixed this. So when we set the new page, we do an on-page change in here on the trade log. That dispatch sets a new page. And then this should have triggered here because we got a new page. Let's put a debugger in here and see what happened. Let's refresh. For the very first time you ran, you did fine. The next page. Did you not trigger? Did you not? You did not do the thing. Okay. Set page. Debugger. Let's see what happened here. Let's refresh. Sometimes this stuff acts weird. Like it doesn't trigger my... Oh. Oh, I see what happened. I needed to refresh you. There's my first debugger on my... So yeah, here's my first debugger on my fetch trades. We'll play you. Then when we do next page, we got our page. Why aren't you working? What? Oh. Payload. I think this is supposed to be an action. I think you should be set page, state, and action, dot payload. So let's try that again. There's the first one. Then we hit next. There it is. Yep. So that's the problem. I was wrong. Same thing with you. You should be state and action, and then you should be action.payload. Okay. So that's me being bad at this. So that should set the new page. When it sets the new page, it's going to fetch the next series of things. And the system really shouldn't care, but, oh yeah, we should take out the other breakpoints. Debugger. Let's refresh again. Now if we do next, there it is. Previous, next. Nice. So there is our next page functionality. If we do 20 rows per page, that didn't work. So let's fix that. On handle rows per page change. Parse event 10. Set page to 0. Right. Okay. Oh, don't I have a handler for that? I may not have a handler for that. 'Cause I'm an idiot. Handle row selection change. Set selected rows. Yeah, I'm just changing it here on the trade log. I actually need to change the limit. Wait, what? Wait a second. Yeah, you're being handled by this. Set limit. And when limit changes, you should be getting new data based on, on the limit. Okay. I changed it to 20. Okay, that's weird. Let's see what happened there again. I missed it. So we change you to 20. You didn't change. Why didn't you change? Let's take a look. Change you to 20. Oh, I see. We need to set the new page back to 0. And then we trigger that. And then page. Didn't we create a render? Yeah, use effect. No? I mean, that fixes part of it. Oh, here's our 10, 20. What if we do it again? It works. 10, 20. I'm missing something. Totally missing something. I have to be. So let's put a breakpoint in here and see what's going on. Very first time. Go 20. Event. Cool. So you should be set to 20. Set page to 0. You should also be set to 20. And in our network, we should have gotten 20. So we went from 20 to 0. So we did get the data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have all 11 items. Okay. So then it's on me. We've set the page. Set the I wonder if because it's new data. So I think I need to revamp how this happens. I think what I need to do is instead of getting, let's get the page and the limit from the parent page and the limit from the parent. So there's no set page and there's no rows per page here. You're going to do an on change here. You're going to do a here. And we'll get to you in just a second. So that fixes all of that selection. Selected rows, breaks a few things. There's no need for you. Rows page is going to be set to limit. Where are you coming from? Oh, you're already set. And we no need for the initial row count either. We know what you are. So we do a page prop types of a number. Then the limit is also going to be a prop types of a number. We just keep expanding this and expanding this. And then up here, we need to pass in the page and the limit. We no longer need this, but we can have page limit. So we got rid of 2, but added 2. Let's refresh. 20. There it is. I don't know about much nicer, but it is behaving the way we want to. If we take it back to 10. Yep. And if we go next page, previous page. Okay, so all of that's now working. Do we want to do the delete functionality now? Sure, why not? Well, do we? There's a bunch of stuff I want to do. Let's do the delete. And then, do we want to do an edit? Do we want to do an edit? I don't know. I am unsure. Because if we're going to do an edit, we need a way of only selecting one. But I guess we would just create a pop-up for that says you can only select one to edit. You can't edit multiple. So how do we want to do that? Let's see. Let's do the delete for now. We'll worry about the edit in a bit. There's just so much to do. Trade log. Let's close all of you down. And now that I think about it, there's absolutely no need for a delete single. If we come back to our trade, we'll just always pass in multiple items. We'll always pass it in as an array of items rather than a single. So let's go to our trade controller. There's no need ever for a single delete. Post, delete. And then on the controller service, there's never a need for a delete. Edit, delete multiple. Yeah, there's never a need for a single delete. We will always pass back an array of items because it's just easier. And then on the front end, let's see, user slice paginated table, trade log, delete trade, modal, and we'll base it off the add trade modal. Let's make you big. Let's create it. Export const deletes trade modal, show on hide and trade. We'll call you list of trades. Return. Keep the same approaches that we did here. So we'll need a backdrop and enable. Okay. Okay. We are going to dispatch. We are going to get errors. We don't need to really handle a form because there isn't really one to handle. We do need all of these pieces though. Delete trade. Modal body modal. And list of trades is going to be an array. Okay. So this is our base piece right here. And what we're going to do is we want to display a list. We actually don't want to display them one by one. I get it that some people want to, but I just think if you're deleting 5 trades, you don't want to look at all of them. So I think we'll just keep it a fairly simple thing where we say delete X trades with a simple yes or no. So let's put you inside of a row, put you inside of a column, put you then inside this tag, see what it looks like, and there'll be another row. This row will have a margin top of 2, column, and speaking of which, I wanted to move my save trade all the way over to the right. Let's go ahead and fix that while I'm in here. Button, form provider, trade form, button. Let's put you in a row. A column, class name, text, and class name. Let's do a margin top of 2. Let's fix you by importing our column and our row. Let's close you, refresh you. There's our save trade over to the right. So let's import you so that you don't break things. We're just importing all of our components. Let's create our column with a medium. Let's do a span of 4, an offset of 4, and then just do a second column. And inside each column will be a button. Delete X trades. No. Button. Yes. Let's make you a variant of warning. And make you a variant of danger. Yeah, there we go. Complete delete these X trades. And it's simply going to be equal to list of trades.length. We're not doing anything with you and nothing with you. Let's come back over here to our trade log on the front end and do the following. We need another show add modal, show delete trade modal, set show delete trade modal. We'll do the same thing that we did before. Grab you, paste here, show delete trade modal, delete trade modal, show hide. Yeah, we'll say set show delete trade modal to false. And list of trades is going to be equal to our selected rows. Import you, and then for our delete button, it's shaded out when there's nothing there, but let's do a confirmation const show delete modal. if no selected rows or selected rows dot length is equal to 0, then return. Don't do anything. Otherwise, if we do have that, then we can say set show delete modal to true. So show delete modal. So when we click on our delete modal button, and we could actually give people a warning. I think that's a better approach at one point, is to just offer people a warning on click show delete modal. So let's refresh and test you out. Nothing selected. It won't let you select. But if we select one and then hit delete, so I want it to be closer together. Let's go ahead and change that around. Delete trades. Delete one trades. We'll wrap you in parentheses. And then let's offset you by 8. Give you a span of 2. Let's give you a span of 1. Let's offset you by 10. Oop, too much. 9. Yep, there it is. And that way, if we shrink you down, it's a little too much. So 8 span 2 and bigger. Let's put some variation in here. Let's swap you, but also let's create some space between each one. Class name, margin top of 2. And so this is the way, that way when we scrunch down too small, there'll be some space between my yes and my no buttons. But when you're this big, offset 8, offset 9, 1. But when you're small, you're going to be span of 2, offset 8. Span of 2, offset 8. So good here. Then when we shrink here, no. So let's take a look. So which one are you right now? You're still in medium? Oh, that's when you're small. We could make the buttons bigger or the buttons smaller. React Bootstrap buttons. Let's make the buttons a bit smaller and go that route. What? Congratulations on Team Snapchat sending me a message. Yeah, let's just make the buttons smaller. Yeah, okay. Delete trades. Delete one trade. Nothing happened just yet. Okay, so we have the buttons, we have the modal in place. And so now we need to deal with when someone actually presses those buttons. On click is really just going to be a hide. On click is going to be on hide. So no. Delete. No. No. Cool. So that works. Then const handle delete. Da, 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 da. And on click handle delete. One, make sure that we actually have selected items. Const if list of trades. If there's no list of trades, or list of trades dot length is equal to 0, then return. There's nothing to do. Otherwise, we're going to do like we do everywhere else, where we do an await. Oh yeah, I forgot to put in errors. Missing stock error. Please select stock form providers. Actually, that's one thing that I forgot to do over here. I don't display any trade errors. So let's see how we do it other places. Because I do it. I've already handled this before. In user profile, for instance. And the broker's modal is I display my errors inside. Show delete, show close, show footer. What? Here it is. Add broker's modal. Yep, here it is. Here's my alert. So when we add our trade, I should actually display my trades. So save trade right here, but you should be trade errors. Yep, trade errors. And we'll do the same thing. That way everyone's consistent. Okay. Yeah, right here. Trades error, display errors. Cool. Wait. Dispatch. It's going to be trades actions dot delete multiple trades, and we need a curly bracket. And let's look at how I made that slice. So trades actions, get trades, create trades, edit trades, delete multiple trades to delete. I just said trades to delete. It's going to be an array, but I need to actually see how I labeled it when I send it to the back end. So here's my back end. Here's my trades. My trade controller for delete multiple is supposed to be a post request. And I said that right. Oh, multiple. Cool. I did actually do the controller right. And delete multiple. I think it should be a bunch of item IDs and a string. So on the front end, const item IDs is going to be equal to, we're going to take our list of trades and we're going to map back. We're going to loop through and map back the single trade dot trade ID. So, oh wait, dot dispatch item IDs, which should be an array. Let's make you asynchronous. While this is going on, we need to display a saving or deleting functionality. I did it over here. We did it in the modal body. So when we're not saving and we're not is saved, then we'll be here. And we need you here. And we need you here, here, and here. All right, and now we need our is saved and is saving. Use states from up here. And so while we are waiting the dispatchy peep things, let's set you to set is saving and set backdrop. So, yep, is saving. Don't allow people to close. Do the dispatch. Yeah, yep, all the same behavior. There probably could be one with slightly different bodies, and I think that's something that I should think about down the road, is how I could refactor this. But I'm planning to continue using this particular item, so we'll see. Let's run this. Let's pick our most recent trade, and let's test. Oh boy, here we go. I meant to say trade deleted successfully. Deleting trade. Trade. And yep, it took it. It actually worked. Oh, I see. Once it's been deleted, though, it should no longer be selected. So, let's refresh. Yeah. We should let the parent know that the things were deleted. Because once we know that they're deleted, then we can clear out the selected item. Because, but then how's the child supposed to know? There's a weird interaction. There's a bunch of like back and forths that I need to incorporate. I just did it for the other paginated pieces. But, and this becomes, I think, the problem as you start to get into more and more complicated pieces. You kind of have, or more and more complicated applications. There's just so many pieces that you need to think through. So we keep our list of selected items here. Okay. So, and then when something is selected, we do an onSelect row change. And we don't have a way of changing that. So, and we should probably create a use effect. This is the lazy way. The more complicated and better way is probably to have the parent really handle what is or isn't selected, so that when something is selected, we tell the parent, and then we don't worry about what happens on the child layer. and we're paying attention to, we'll call it parent selected values. And you're going to be an array of items. So you're going to come from the parent. You're going to be a bunch of parent selected values. Prop types dot array. And this is totally a lazy approach, because what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we are now going to say that the set selected rows to parent selected rows. And well, now hold on. I want to make sure that you don't run into a weird circular loop, because when we update the parent set, we don't want to then update the child set, which updates the parent set, which update the... No, it shouldn't. So when we set selected rows, it does not automatically update the parent. So yeah, we don't want that weird circular logic where we update the child, which updates the parent, which updates the child, which updates the parent. So then parent selected rows. Well, that does. No, actually does create a weird circular thing, because when we update the child rows, so when the child updates the parent's going to be cool, and then it's going to send it back down to the child, which will update the child, rather than having the child just pass all the information up to the parent. So, what happened to all of my stuff? All right, that's not what I want. So let's do this the not lazy way, which is we are going to get we're still going to get new selected. Selected rows dot slice selected index. We are going to let selected rows be completely managed by the parent. Okay. So we'll do this. All right. And we'll change you around to selected rows. Now on the parent, do we have selected rows? We do. And we're going to pass you down to the child. On change. So we no longer need you. Handle click all. You're just going to do that. You're going to pass the data back up. What are we slicing you for? If the selected index is greater than 0. Yep. No need for you. This should be better. Let's see what I broke. You still work. You still work. Yep, and so now if we go ahead and if we change delete value, on the when we delete a trade, we just let it know that it's been deleted. Then handle delete. Let's adjust our onHide. So trade log, delete onHide, show hide delete modal. Clear selected. And then set show delete trade modal to false. And what you're gonna do is if clear selected, set selected rows to empty. Yeah. So by default, it won't. We'll just call you. And then, is there a reason? I don't know why I did that. I should have just done this. So we can now call here in the delete trade modal. If there's nothing for onHide, when we do this, we can do onHide true. So if we refresh, let's test this out. Delete. No. Delete. Yes. There we go. And it hides it. It clears out our created. It decrements the rows and everything. So I think we're okay to kind of call that mostly done over here. Again, there's a bunch of functionality that I want to input. So I want to be able to sort these rows, sort by clicking on them. So that will be functionality that I add. I want to be able to rearrange them the way I want. So I want to be able to drag and drop. So there's that functionality. But I'd actually like to move on to maybe doing one of the charts and being able to do things like see most traded. So we'll start to do some analysis on the data that we have here and display that in our charts. So let's go over to our data DB. Let's do file. We'll call it most traded.js. Export const. And all you're going to do is just display what the most traded stock is. It will treat you like we do everything else. Performance analysis. Yeah, we'll do it based on similar to the risk analysis. Loading. All this stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Yep. So there is no data and no options. We don't need you while you're loading. There are a bunch of like little analysis pieces that I should figure out if I want to load them all the time. I guess I should, but that's really beating up the back end a lot. That means it's gonna get hit. I should probably instead create some type of generalized refresh for each particular window so I can refresh it. I don't mind that. So we'll just keep it as it is. And then we'll create a separate store over here for analysis. And we'll have to create a new endpoint for that. New file, no, new folder. We'll call this the analysis folder. And we'll create a slice for it as well as a bunch of actions. And it'll do some of our analysis for us against the trade table, and against the options table, and so forth and so on. And it'll cache some of that for us so that we don't constantly have to head out to the database for it. But we'll then have to clear it up later. Oh, I'm mixed. I have mixed opinions about this. Let's see. I don't know if the operations are going to be that heavy. I think they will be worse for other things. So I guess we'll keep them cached for the first time. So you'll load it up, we'll cache it, and then we'll trigger it to refresh on certain data. So we'll call this analysis.slice.js. Analysis.actions.js. Most traded. What other pieces do I want to make? I want to see. I guess I want to see the account value based upon trades. And I guess we should break it up by broker. New file. Account values. Account value.js. What else? Most traded. Account value. What else do I want to see? I want to see trades this week, trades this month. And they can be fairly small widgets. It's this month. Add. Yeah. So, let's go over. Let's close everything over here. And we'll do something similar to what we do over here. So we have our analysis slice. We'll do pretty much all the same things that we do up here. Blah, 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 blah. Create slice. Brokers, name, analysis. Const analysis actions. And then we have an analysis reducer. Okay. We're not going to store it inside of local storage. So let's think of all the things we're going to put in here. So most traded, stock, trades this month, trades this week, Wrong spot. You go out here in sections, trade forms. Most traded. You're going to be about most traded stock. Cool. Let's clean you up. Yeah, don't need you. So, where were we? Yeah, all right. So we have most traded stock. We have performance data, account value data. So we have account value, most traded, performance, and then risk analysis. And so these are all going to be my initial states. I don't think we really need to reset the status on these. No, no need. Let's create the extra actions, but I don't know what they are yet. But the URL is going to be analysis. I don't know what the actions are going to be yet, though. We do have a default fulfilled and default pending. They're pretty much going to be the same across the board everywhere. Default rejected is also going to be the same, but the default fulfilled is going to be different. And then we're going to create extra producers. And there's not going to be anything right now. Yep. Don't need you. All right. This will be the kind of start. What I'll probably do is it's 10 o'clock right now. I came a little late, but I'm a little tired at this particular point. So what I'm going to do is probably tomorrow at some particular point is I'm going to create the analysis endpoint. Analysis is I will create the analysis endpoint. Let's create the bare bones for it now, actually. We'll create the analysis endpoint and all of the pieces that go along with it and start writing code to analyze our data. And get some of this information. I didn't want to put it with the rest because I think analysis is going to be its own ball of wax. And there might be a point where I need to module, controller, service. There isn't one module. There's nothing that's going to come back. There's no new analysis information. So unlike the others that have a model per se, analysis doesn't have a model. It's going to be looking at the various pieces of data that already exist. So like the stocks and the trades and so forth and so on. So there isn't any model, so it's a little bit smaller in terms of its endpoint. But yeah, over the next couple of days, I will probably create all of the analysis pieces so that our front end can start populating this information. Now, I don't know how one does a performance overview. Well, that's not true. I guess we could look at the number of winning trades versus losing trades, and trades that are just break even, and kind of break those out into kind of a pie chart. So we'll do winning trades, losing trades as a pie chart, And so we'll have the total number of trades. So let me write that down. Performance overview. Is going to be the total trades broken into winning trades, losing trades, and break even trades. And then risk analysis. I'm not quite sure how I would handle that. Day trading, analyze. Analyze risk analysis. Analyze risk on past trades. How do we do that? And no, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to look at that for how I would do it. I'll have to look. I don't know. Like, I know how to do risk analysis for a trade, but I don't know how you would analyze risk analysis for back trade. So I'll have to take a look at that. I may take it away down the road. But anyway, I'm going to stop there for this evening. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. For those who did, it's 10:03 p.m. Eastern Time. We've made a bit more progress over here on this trade journal, on this open source trade journal, and we'll keep working on various pieces as we continue to go on. Over this next week, we'll add in a bunch of our statistics here and do a bunch of analysis, and then we'll start polishing off various features like the ability to drag and drop columns or rearrange the columns, the ability to edit a trade, and I think that'll probably be the basis of it. Just editing a trade from there, editing how that's going to come, and then I haven't inputted how to do a journal entry. A journal entry for trades, and that what that should be is that actually should probably be somewhere on here, is either on the trade or we could put it as a tag here, and then there's the function of how I want, if I want to allow for importing and exporting. But this is just a bare bones system for the most part. I'll keep adding on to it as time progresses. Anyway, it's now 10:05. Thank you for tuning in again on this Wednesday evening. I hope everyone's having a good week. Take care and be safe, and I will see